concert. The teacher was 30 or 35 metres, 120 feet high. So this is a model of the teacher, and this was a big inflatable head inflated through the neck with spotlights in the eyes, and the hands were big inflatables, big enough to completely encompass a Mercedes car. And these arms were down on the stage, grasping where Cyndi Lauper was running through singing "We Don't Want No Education." And it was operated like a string puppet by the tower crane, so that it was possible to move the arms and so forth.
Roger always said, and this is something I always appreciated, that when you hire an artist to do something, the artist should be left to realise his ideas without interference from anybody else. So that's a very kind of broad-minded view of it all.
Many of the fans who, inevitably were people who were Pink Floyd Wall fans would understand the Wall to be the pig and the teacher and all of those symbolic characters that are within the show and are characterised by Jerry Scarf's drawings. So you had this kind of strange thing where it had to be new but recognisably old at the same time. Weird brief. At that point in time, pretty much all the cameras of the world had been focused on a line of concrete in the middle of Berlin for quite a while, and the visual material on the western side of that wall that had been graffitied constantly for the last 10 or 15 or 20 years at least, had some very, very immediate graphic material of its own, a language of its own, which we basically used as a starting point for creating symbols. So what we started doing was actually sacrilegiously mashing up Jerry Scarf's drawings and photocopying them and screwing them up into little balls and then unfolding them and rephotocopying them and turning them into pieces of graffiti so that they would match the visual style of everything else.
There is a lot of war imagery in it, and fascist imagery in it, and racist imagery in it. But Berlin was made in a very, very strange post-Second World War context. It was the child, it was a sort of strange remnant of the Second World War.
It's ironic that that the Germans were being shown, a piece of film which talked about the war.
I don't think any of the imagery that was used in the first show or the second show was anti-German at all.
It was never before that directly about Nazism or Germany, apart from it being set in the war and Roger, or Pink, having lost his father in the war.
I think the narrative of Roger's show was an anti-totalitarian narrative.
When it was translated to Germany, it did have a different meaning.